In this lesson, we'll teach you how to format dialogue correctly for your stories with examples. We'll also end with a lesson challenge to test your knowledge. Before we begin, it's important to know that dialogue can be internal or external. Internal dialogue is expressed internally as thoughts. For example, a character thinking to themselves about something is internal dialogue, while external dialogue is when two or more characters are talking to each other in a scene. The way you format both these types of dialogue is the same, and so the tips in this lesson can be applied to both. Dialogue can also be direct or indirect. Direct dialogue is when a character says something and their spoken words are written directly in the story. These spoken words can be internal or external, as mentioned before. While the indirect dialogue is a summary of the spoken words. It lets the reader know that a conversation happened without repeating it exactly. In this lesson, we are providing tips on how to format direct dialogue, not indirect. In general, dialogue in stories contains three main elements: dialogue or the spoken words, dialogue tags, and some narrative that supports the speech. Without further ado, let's begin with the first formatting tip. Tip 1. Always use quotation marks. All direct dialogue is written inside quotation marks, along with any punctuation relating to that dialogue. Tip 2. Dialogue tags are used to explain how a character said something. Each tag has at least one noun or pronoun and one verb indicating how the dialogue is spoken. Tip 3. Dialogue before the dialogue tags should start with an uppercase. The dialogue tag itself begins with a lowercase. Tip 4. When the dialogue comes after the dialogue tag, then both the tag and dialogue start with an uppercase. The dialogue tags also have a comma afterwards before the first set of quotation marks. Tip 5. Use lowercase for continued dialogue. If the same character continues to speak after the dialogue tags or action, then this dialogue continues with a lowercase. Tip 6. Any narrative text after completed dialogue starts with an uppercase as a new sentence. Tip 7. An M dash right outside the quotation marks means that a character paused their speech to do a specific action, and then the same character continues speaking after they have done their action. Tip 8. An M dash inside the quotation marks means that the character's speech was interrupted by another character in the scene. Tip 9. Single quotes are used inside the speech, where a character is quoting someone else in their speech. Tip 10. Use a new paragraph for a new speaker. When a new character starts speaking, it should be written in a new paragraph. Tip 11. If the dialogue ends with a question mark or exclamation mark, then the next part should start in lowercase. Tip 12. Use ellipses to show that a character is trailing off in their speech or going on and on about something long. Tip 13. Split long dialogue into separate paragraphs, such as a long speech given by a character in your story. Tip 14. If it is not the end of a sentence, then use a comma just before the ending quotation mark. Tip 15. Dialogue ending with a full stop means it is the end of the entire sentence. Now you should have a better idea on how to format dialogue correctly in stories. It's time for today's lesson challenge. Can you write a short, well-formatted dialogue piece between the two characters in this picture? As a little hint, the young boy is talking to his grandma about something funny he saw on his laptop. Thank you for watching. For a written guide on how to format dialogue correctly, see the link in the video description below. That's all from us today. See you next time.